Thanks for joining. I'm Devika Sondi from Triple IT Delhi, and I will be presenting our recent work on test case mining. In this talk, I will go over the proposed idea of mining test cases and then discuss how we validate its potential through a study. I shall then discuss about our tool called Metallicus, which is based on this technique. It's a standard practice for developers to maintain test suites. In fact, open source libraries normally make these test suites available. Further, there are several utility libraries on GitHub that contain standard functionalities. These functionalities are often found to exist across various libraries, irrespective of the language of the implementation. Making use of these two ingredients, we propose an idea to leverage these resources from the perspective of mining test cases for effective test generation. So to explain this idea through an example, consider two natural language processing libraries, NLTK and Polyglot, which are implemented in Python and Java respectively. Both of them contain a function that performs a part of speech tagging. The snippet on top shows a test case available for the pause tagger in NLTK that shows the input and the expected output. We picked that test case to test the pause tagger of the polyglot library and pass the input to observe if polyglot's pause tagger gives the same output. But what we observe is that the output is different. In fact, the word Johns, which was split into two tokens by NLTK tagger, and it was tagged as John with a noun, while Polyglot's tagger assigned Johns as a single token and tagged it as a numeral, which is clearly unexpected. So it turns out that Polyglot's tagger does not handle the possessives well. So we see how utilizing test suites sourced from other libraries can highlight bugs. So motivated by this example, we conducted a study to validate the potential of this idea to build a testing technique that leverages similar functions across libraries. The study had three main objectives. Firstly, it investigates how common is the prevalence of similar functions across libraries that may be implemented in the same or different languages. Secondly, we assess the mining of test cases for defect revelation across other functions. So the intuition behind the test mining idea is that for a given function to test, certain test cases sourced from other libraries may highlight defects which the developer may have overlooked. It essentially leverages the efforts of the developers of those libraries who have already spent efforts in fixing their programs over time and improving their test quality. Thirdly, we also take note of the challenges that lie in automating this approach into a test recommendation tool. For preparing the data set for our study, we shortlisted open source repositories from two languages, which are Java and Python. Further, we shortlisted three themes and 12 open source libraries belonging to one of these themes, as mentioned in this table. We extracted all functions defined in these libraries, and then we picked around 31.7 thousand functions as queries, which were used to retrieve their similar function matches from the rest of the data set. We use text similarity of the documentations associated with the functions for computing the function matches. For the retrieve matches of a query function, we used their corresponding test suites to generate test cases and log assertion failures to check if these failures reveal an inconsistency with the query's documentation. Consider the snippet shown here. There are two functions, is valid and email. Both of them check if the They validate whether the parameter string that represents is a valid email address. The test case passed to is valid is used to generate the test method for email. We expect the input to result in an instance of validation failure as the pass string is invalid email. This is so because its local part exceeds 64 bytes, which is invalid as per the specification stated in the RFC. However, what happens is that the assertion fails over the generated test method. And this highlights a defect in the email function, which is pertaining to the size constraint on the local part. So in conducting this exercise on around 31.7 thousand query functions, our study resulted in 1067 matches and 67 defects were revealed. These findings clearly indicate the potential of the test mining approach. So through the study, we also identified various challenges in fully automating the technique. These ranged from improving the match extraction to supporting various test frameworks that can differ in their constructs. We also observed some interesting challenges pertaining to the variation in the function signatures for the query and match functions. So we broadly identified four types of variations in the signatures. The first type is the variation in the data type of the parameters across the functions. For instance, string and char sequence are different data types, even though both denote sequence of characters. So while generating tests, we need a type conversion stage. We also observed scenarios of matching function pairs having their corresponding parameters ordered differently. For the purpose of generating a meaningful test suite, we need a way to map the parameters. Often, there may be a variation in the number of parameters that the matching functions take. This variation may arise due to certain customizations in the functionalities. Hence, shortlisting the closest parameter mappings or substituting for the missing parameter in the test case requires consideration while generating the test suite. And lastly, we observed cases where a parameter appearing explicitly in a function appears as implicit in its match function. To consider the example of two split functions highlighted in yellow, which indicate that one function takes the separator string as implicit while the other function takes its equivalent separator char string as explicit parameter. Such a case poses a challenge in the process of test extraction and test generation. So, having identified some of the challenges, we designed the architecture of the test recommender tool called Metallicus. This figure gives an overview of the usage of Metallicus. It takes two inputs. First is the query function's description, which includes the signature and the documentation. And the second input is a template of a test suite containing a sample test. Metallicus returns a test suite populated with more test cases as shown on the right. So what goes on in between is what this figure shows. Metallicus undergoes a series of processing as indicated in this architecture. It is linked to a repository of various functions which are obtained from open source libraries. These functions serve as the source to fetch the relevant candidates for the given query function. The corresponding test suites are processed to extract the test cases, and then the input parameters are mapped to the query function's parameters to eventually generate test suite in a form which is compatible with the query. So getting into the details of the match extractor, this component inputs the query function's documentation and signature to output a list of functionally similar candidate functions from the repository. Since the functions may be implemented in multiple languages, Metallicus maintains minimal dependency on the language of the implementation and instead considers other features associated with the functions to compute a similarity score. The features that Metallicus uses are the function's description found in the documentation, their parameter description that are also found in the documentation itself, and the function's name. As these are expressed in natural language, Metallicus applies NLP techniques on the pre-processed textual data. So we obtained word embeddings trained on domain-specific documentation to capture programming-related vocabulary and context. From the embeddings, Metallicus calculates the soft cosine score between the respective textual features of the query and the candidate functions. Soft cosine score is similar to computing a cosine similarity, with the major difference being that the distance is computed based on semantic similarity between the vectors. For instance, if you want to compute similarity between phrases hello world and hi world, the words hi and hello, despite being different, are semantically similar. And the soft cosine score would capture this fact based on the trained word embeddings. In this way, Metallicus obtains three similarity scores, one for the function's description, second for the parameters description, and the third one is on the function's names. These scores are then passed to a pre-trained decision tree classifier that classifies if the function pair is a valid match or not. On obtaining these match candidates for the query function, Metallicus picks the test suites of these candidates to extract and process the test cases. Consider this test method for one of the candidate matches. Extracting the test inputs and the expected output is not hard from this one. For this one, a parser might be able to do it easily. However, we also came across test methods that look like this one. Here, the test input is not directly passed to the function being tested, which is validator.isValid in this case. The input passed to it is a reference variable named item. The item is further pointing to one of the entities from the test email from Perl, which is an array of result pair. It is hard to parse the concrete test values from such constructs. So, to deal with such cases, Metallicus applies static analysis to capture all the references influencing the test assertion statements. And then it instruments the test suite by adding print statements that output the captured variables value, name, and its data type. So when we execute the instrumented test suite, the output is logged as indicated in this gray block. Metallicus processes this output to extract more features from the concrete test cases for each of the parameter values. These features include the nature of the characters appearing in the test input, its length or magnitude, and its abstract structure. For example, an instance of IPv4 address can be abstractly structured as highlighted here in yellow. Metallicus obtains these features for the query as well as the candidate functions. It uses these features in the following component as we shall see. Now, once we have the test cases extracted, the next challenge to address is to map the parameters between the query and the candidate functions. In the given example, we see that for the query function called check email, is valid is the returned match, and inferring from the parameter descriptions shown on the right, we notice that the parameter named value maps to the parameter string email. Metallicus uses four features to map these arguments by classifying the closest mappings. These features are the parameter's name, its data type, its description, and the test features obtained by the previous component. Now, having obtained these mappings, Metallicus is almost ready to populate the test recommendations to the test template that was provided by the user. But before that, one final stage of data type conversions happen. For instance, a null in Java is equivalent to none in Python, or a Boolean true with lowercase t in Java is equivalent to true with uppercase T in Python. So after performing all these conversions, Metallicus finally returns a test suite as shown at the bottom right, which the user can now use to test the query function. We assessed Metallicus on over 12 query functions taken from open source libraries that we had used in the empirical study. Overall, it returned 28 matches, of which more than half of them were from a library implemented in a different language from the query. Overall, the tests recommended by Metallicus revealed 41 defects, and interestingly, of them, 19 defects were new and had not been revealed at the time of conducting the empirical study. To summarize the talk, I presented a language agnostic test mining technique that we first explored through a study and then built a prototype tool called Metallicus. The underlying approach used by the components of Metallicus have minimal dependency on the language, which makes it easy to extend the support to various languages and test frameworks in the future. I think by showing the feasibility of automation of this approach, the work opens a research domain to explore software mining from the perspective of test generation. And with this, I conclude the talk. Thank you for your attention.